on your heart and repeat after us. I pledge civil disobedience.
I pledge civil disobedience
to the flag.
to the flag,
To the hypocritical tyrants.
to the hypocritical tyrants
That expect us to assimilate.
that expect us to assimilate,
And to the republic.
and to the republic
Which somehow stands.
which somehow stands
As one nation.
as one nation
Under many gods.
under many gods,
Of individuals stripped of their liberties.
of individuals stripped of their liberties,
And the need of justice for all.
and the need of justice for all.
I was raised in the system of oppression. Thought things were going fine, but now I question.
Do we really mean it when we say
For liberty and justice for all. I'm black and I'm proud. Bring the black community together and together we can rise.
this system of oppression?
Through years of depression.
Together we can change this black impression.
Not all of us are gangsters, killers, rappers, or
It
ballers.
is time to diminish the hype behind these black stereotypes.
And I'm scared I won't be able to live a full life.
Because these stereotypes have been the cause of death for many black people.
My people, my brothers and sisters, my friends and family.
And who knows? I might be next.
Walking down the street then.
We stand here today after the shooting death of unarmed John Crawford, after the police shooting death of Michael Brown,
After the shooting death of Giselle Ford in Los Angeles. In the wake of the chokehold death of Eric Garner in New York.
While the Brown shooting again raises questions about the prevalence of racial profiling and police misconduct, it also reaches far beyond that, stressing ongoing issues of economic inequality, housing discrimination, and unequal access to adequate education. Some wonder why this incident is the tipping point, but a quick look at the numbers can drive the point home.
18! The age of Michael Brown.
Unknown.
The number of people killed in police-involved shootings each year.
4.
The percentage of American law enforcement agencies that report any police-involved shootings to the FBI's database.
At least 5.
The number of unarmed black men killed by police in August 2014 alone.
1 in 3.
The number of black men that expect to go to prison at some point in their life. For Latinos, the number is 1 in 6. For whites, 1 in 17.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The number of shots fired to Brown's body by Wilson during the incident.
We're a nation of dreamers. We live in pursuit of some intangible ideal, some ephemeral goal, to which we ascribe the name the American Dream. But I think we sometimes forget that this American dream, one of equality, prosperity, and justice for all, was built on a system of inequality and injustice. That this American dream was built on the backs of people who toiled, suffered, and died, building a nation whose prosperity they would never know. Over the past few years, I've realized how much all these things really matter. I've seen firsthand how people sometimes shrink away when I walk into an elevator, or how retail employees get suspicious when I'm browsing the aisles. The glances in nice restaurants, the trepidation in people's voices. People taking one look at my father, a man with 5 college degrees and more knowledge than most people could ever dream of, and assuming he must be the help. People taking one look at our own president, decked out in a sharp suit and with his snappy blue ties, and confusing him for a valet or a waiter. But the saddest part is that I am guilty of these prejudices as well. I too am more wary when I see black men on the street. I too equate baggy pants and hoodies with thuggish behavior and laziness. Hip-hop music with drugs, misogyny, and violence. Poor neighborhoods with racial minorities and disparate incomes. The greatest travesty of all is that these images of black men are so deeply ingrained in our society that I, as a black male, carry many of the same prejudices I am struggling to remove.
We say, whatever, it isn't my fault. Whatever, what can I do about police assault? Might as well say, whatever, my knowledge about racism in America is as small as a grain of salt. Whatever, whatever, whatever. That's 3. 3 seconds to decide to pull the trigger. 3 minutes of you either listening to me pour my heart out, listening to your thoughts about tomorrow's lunch. 3 hours go by, his body lay dead in the street. 3 days later, the police officer's name is still not released. 3 weeks go by and people ask, what happened again? 3 years later, the same has happened to 300 other men. 3 people walk by a body and each say, whatever. So breathing, as light as a feather. But if those three people could internalize the tragedy in front of their eyes, they could use their words to express their thoughts. And if those three people could tell three more people about the horrors of police brutality and racism in America, then as a people, we will be knowledgeable. And how does it feel to have that knowledge? To know about the pain that not only people in our country, but people in our school experience. I want you to not only have that knowledge, but from that, know that you have the power to act. Know that you have the power to use your words, use your body language, use your knowledge to stand up against racism in its most subtle and outright forms. I need you. We need you. So join us in this fight against injustice.
You need to make that change. Start with the man in the mirror. Sure, we'll hold hands like MLK predicted, and there are movies that show our struggle depicted, but progress is still restricted. 1 in 3 still convicted. This is a tragedy, just waiting to be scripted.
Being black, I often get overlooked. The only question they don't hesitate to ask is, do you have the textbook? Not, did you do the homework, or can you help me with this? But rather they skip over me and ask someone else to assist. When will they realize I'm just as capable and have the same amount of potential? Maybe when they understand being an angry black woman is not my only credential. I offer more than my athleticism or my face for a diversity magazine, when in reality, underneath our skin, there's no difference in between. Our hearts beat to the same rhythm, our blood's all the same color. How much longer will we wait until we appreciate one another? I'm tired of being overlooked. I'm tired of going unseen. I am not to be written off because of what people think my black skin may mean.
Now we want President Ferguson, Missouri. I can't vote, so I can't read. But I've been wondering a lot about what it's going to take to start a revolution. How much change can it take? My grandparents can still remember lynch mobs. My mom can still see D.C. burning from the riots. My dad knows how whites only feels in the heart of a little black boy. People tell us to forget. It's over. Stop talking. America wants us to heal ourselves, but it refuses to settle down, to sully its mouth by unearthing the not-so-distant past. It wonders how long this whole race thing will last. The United States of amnesia has struck once again, and I'm not going to pretend that ignorance is bliss. The tearing out pages from history that can fix everything that's missed. When people still say whiteness is the best thing about us, and calling them out is still called making a fuss. When marijuana in the systems of young black boys is proof of their guilt, and weed in the systems of young white girls is proof of nothing but a good time. Oppression has made its impression, and we feel it every day. Unless we do something, it's going streets. Think hard. Where will you be? We must learn to lead into discomfort, say difficult things with our hearts pounding, because we need every voice, and too often the silence is resounding. In some deep place in my heart, I do believe everyone will eventually be there, with their minds, their words, making the world that much more fair. I'll tell you, I've been wondering a lot about what it's going to take.
Someday, when the glory comes, it'll be ours, it'll be ours. One day, when they will fight on to the finish, and when it's all done, we'll cry glory, oh glory, oh glory, we'll cry glory.
And that's not fair. No, it's not fair.
One's in the air. We one people. Come together. One love. What we need. Listen, Martin said that he's been to the mountaintop, but we got a long way till all the mountains stop. Round here, mother sons get shot. They ain't got no one to call, cause the same is done by the cops. And it's an everyday sight. Brothers struggle through the rubble, gotta hustle for survival. You either clap first or get clapped at. We hustle for the cheddar, tell me we ain't lab rats. And we wondering why they won't change the gun law.
This is American justice.
That's bad. I'm the Panther Party in the Deseret Housing Projects in New Orleans. I'm the boy turning the gun on the National Guard. So take a long, long look. I'm the cook in the kitchen asking the missus to taste the dinner. Take a long, long sip, cause death ain't always this good. It's eyes popping out their sockets. It's a lifeless body rocking backwards and forwards. It's a boy stabbed 47 times over the church house. No, I'm telling you, death ain't always this good. Just don't sound like something I want to eat often. It'll leave you finning for water and food. It'll reel up your body in Arden Ballroom. No El Haj Malik El Shabazz you. Crown you king. And then dethrone you in a Lorraine hotel. Build disfigure your body to where folk can't tell if you Emmett Till or not. Tell mama, keep that casket open. Let the whole world see it ain't just burning here in Mississippi. Hail the top wherever you be. From the rooftop to the cell block. Step on up to the auction block. I know it sounds crazy, but it's slavery at its peak. A circus for all the freaks. They warn you, caution when you speak. Can't afford to let the truth to leak. But we'll say, blessed are the meek, and all the ones who make peace, and all the ones who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness. For we say theirs is the kingdom. Earth is their inheritance, so no matter how treacherous. They'll try to trap us in them trenches. They'll dig deep with ditches, but all that matters here is this. Which side will we pick? Which path will we choose? Either win or lose, because death don't come in vain. Not for us to remain enslaved, for our spirits to remain in cages. It comes so that we might be courageous. To fulfill our obligation to our God in all creation, able to stand in determination, look death square in the face, and say, we made it! Get up, stand up for your right. Get up,